we'd start fresh.
Regarding?
Regarding you hanging up with me and saying you don't care.
Well, I was a little upset with you yesterday.
Why would that be?
Well, because you asked me a couple of questions.
What were the questions?
And I was attempting to answer your questions.
What was the question?
I was trying to explain, actually, why a carrier would avoid putting a Netflix in one of those boxes.
That was the question. The question was, why was the carrier walking out with my mail? And when I asked him if it was mine, he said no, and we'd never met. And then he asked me what my name was, and then handed me my movie. He wouldn't allow me to see the other mail in the pile, like as if he was going to guard it with his life.
Right.
So I let it go, and that was after being very brass, incredibly rude, just because I wanted to say goodbye to Roger. And he was sarcastic, and it was very strange. And I didn't give you a hard time when I called. I was looking for reassurance and comfort. Everything's okay. And then you defended him. And you said he's right in the fact that he doesn't know how to put the envelope in there yet, and a seasoned carrier like Roger can. And that's great. But I'm upset because the guy walked out with my mail and wouldn't let me look at it. It was very weird. And then you got angry at me. So.
Well, because you were making a very heated argument with me, and instead
heated like now?
No, you were actually much louder and much more angry, and it was very difficult for me to explain.
Start?
Well,
that's first polite.
I couldn't really say. I don't remember.
That's why I record all my
But you're doing it right now. You're asking me a question, and you're interrupting me before I can even put some words in.
Right.
I mean, it's exactly how you were acting yesterday.
You accused me of making up stories yesterday. So, in other words, when you call someone a liar after their mail has been stolen, that might be considered normal, say, by a Yale scientist.
I did not accuse you of...
You didn't say, let's not make up stories?
I didn't say that.
You didn't say, let's not make up stories.
I did not say that.
I'm going to be recording my phone calls for the rest of my life.
Okay, that's fine.
No, it's not.
But I did.
Bad that I would have to do that because everyone lies. And the post office is one of those places you go to looking for reassurance about honorable...
Let me reassure you, I did speak to the carrier when he came in last night. Okay? And I reminded him... Do you want to hear what I said to him?
Okay.
I reminded him that one of the unspoken mottos of the post office is that the customer is always right. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2, when you think the customer is wrong, refer to rule number 1. Because it's not our practice to anger our customers. We try to answer their questions. We try to resolve the situation because we're going to see them every day. If we're on that route, we'll see them again and again and again. And we don't want to create a situation where the customer is always angry when they see the carrier coming. And that's what I told them.
That's for everybody's sake. That's for practical reasons.
Yep.
And I can tell, speaking with you, Richard, you're obviously a very nice man who has nothing but the utmost in honorability and all that goes with it. However, we're all human, and however I got under your skin, for you to get upset with me yesterday is something I have to live with every day of my life because I am constantly put in a vulnerable position, and then people pretend they didn't do something to hurt me further. So that's why I am turning into a complete nutcase recording my phone calls. Because you can't just give me the simple truth, and I know you're capable of it, that you might not have meant to say it that way, but you said, now let's not go making up stories. And what that means is a general, let's be careful of what we say because I want to protect my guy. And that's honorable too. But I got upset at that because in my state, I heard, you're calling me a liar. And you didn't call me a liar, but you did say, let's not make up stories. So you can see how we clashed at that moment, right? That's fair. You can say that without feeling like,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay, thank you. And that's where I'm at. And so in my life, when I have to deal with crap like that, and then I am so missing Roger now, you take for granted how important it is to have that trust, and to know someone's got your back, to know, all these things that happen over 12 years. And I don't expect the new guy to have that, but for him to right off the bat be hostile and then hide my mail from me, I mean, I was being polite by not grabbing it off the shelf and not grabbing, but just like saying, oh, this is mine, just taking it. I wanted to because I was not sure why he was putting some mail in the box and other mail in front of my box with my movie, which obviously has my name right there. And then why would he say, no, that's not yours? And maybe,
well, I asked him about that.
You didn't ask him?
I asked him about that.
And what did he say?
And he indicated that the mail was not yours. He had already looked at it, and the Netflix clearly was, but the other mail was not yours. It was intended for another recipient at the other side of the building.
So he just slipped up then. He was nervous and in a hurry and didn't want to deal and just said the wrong thing. I mean, what else could it be? Otherwise, because I don't think he was going to steal my movie.
Well, the carriers are sensitive. They are responsible for everyone's mail. And when he has a handful of mail, it's not our practice to sort it out in front of just anyone who asks.
Okay, then that's fine. I don't want there to be anything personal between he and I, and yet he's the one that was hostile towards me. And he said, I'm not supposed to give this to you because it doesn't fit in your box. I'm supposed to put it in front of your door. And I thought, great, so then I have, my neighbors can grab it. That doesn't make any sense either. And so, whatever that policy you say he's correct about, he didn't put it in front of my door, and he was in a hurry, and he might have been embarrassed because he was just, hey, and I'm not mad at him for that. As long as I don't feel like it's something personal, I don't care. I can forgive anybody. But if somebody's, focused on
Tuesday, 3:49 p.m.